Hi guys, Lewis here. Welcome to this week's edition of Piranha Bites. So the first thing that I was really excited for, and has already gone out on our Facebook and everything, because I think everyone that works for us was really excited for this. Batman '89 issue 1. If you're a fan of the film, you'll like it. There's not really much more to be said than that. It's not clear if it's set after the first or the second film. I'd imagine the second film, otherwise it wouldn't make much sense. But it's very Harvey Dent focused. Obviously, the Billy D. Williams version, so it's interesting to see that actually come to fruition. And there was rumours that they were going to do more with that in the films. And also, interestingly enough, the comic is written by Sam Hamm, who wrote the Burton film. So maybe this is a rejected script that they originally had planned or something. But yeah, if you like the films, you'll really enjoy the hell out of this. It's set in that universe. You see, Bruce Wayne drawn as Michael Keaton, the Alfred, Michael Gough, all that sort of stuff. So if you're acclimatized to that universe already, you like those films, you'll really get on with this. So yeah, by all means, check it out. And then another really interesting, a new #1 from Aftershock, Campese, the Dragon Incident. At least I think it's Campese, I don't know how to pronounce that. Either way, yeah, what made me pick this up in the first place is that Aftershock are celebrating 100 titles, and I've enjoyed a lot of their work. They've done some really underrated stuff, and they have good creators. That's mainly why their books have been decent. One I always like to shout out is Captain Kidd by Mark Waid. I thought that was a really interesting take on superheroes. Garth Ennis has done some stuff over there. I think it was a walk through hell he was doing over there. So yeah, they've been putting out stuff worth checking out for ages. And this one's really interesting. So basically, a dragon just crashes in the middle of this town and then decides, yeah, I'm staying in this hollowed out scaffolding for a while. And then towards the end of the issue, he emerges. It's like, oh yeah, I'm here to reap vengeance on a family that caused my race a lot of pain and suffering. Present him before me, or you're all going to be cooked, basically. And that's where we're left. And it's really interesting because it's just nice seeing that clash of the fantasy world with the normal, street level stuff. Because when you're dealing with the humans, the kind of characters you're dealing with are like gangsters and mobsters that shake people down. So you're kind of mixing crime with Lord of the Rings-esque fantasy. So it'd be really good to see what comes of that, because I enjoyed the first issue. Alright, and then for the ones that are on my radar but I've not had a chance to read yet, Crime Syndicate issue 6. It's been a solid little series, and I love those characters, so I'm quite easily pleased when it comes to that. Hardwire issue 1, next issue out of all the milestone stuff. Icon went down pretty well when that was coming out, so yeah, if you've been enjoying those and the milestone one-shot and all that, carry on checking out that line. Part 2 of the latest Hellboy miniseries. For some reason, all the ones he's been doing recently have been two-parters, so get them while you can, because it will just be another fleeting 2 issues next time as well, I guess. Masters of the Universe Revelation issue 2. Issue 1 went down pretty well, and also the cartoon's really popular at the moment. It'll be interesting to see how much of that is because Kevin Smith's name is attached to it, or if people are enjoying it. Maybe people are enjoying it subconsciously because of that. But also that brings me to my golden oldie from the vault pick, Guardian Devil, which was the first 8 issues of Marvel Knights Daredevil back in 1998. Kevin Smith and Joe Quesada. I was going to say you can't get a much better creative team than that, but Kevin Smith is a bit iffy with his comic writing, but this is some of his best stuff. Reinvigorated the character, and almost to the point where you could just read Miller's stuff and then start here afterwards, which is a bit criminal saying, because Born Again happens in 1986. Obviously, don't skip Man Without Fear, but in terms of the continuity and stuff, it just kind of picks up from there, really. The only thing you need to know in between is the Typhoid Mary exists. But apart from that, really good read. First Kevin Smith stuff I've read, still ranks up there with some of his best. And also, nice to see Mysterio in action. I don't want to say too much about that for those of you that haven't read it. Tinian continues to smash it. Nice House on the Lake issue 3. This one's been really popular, obviously, particularly amongst horror readers. So, I would say check it out, but hopefully you had the first 2 issues, because, yeah, they went quite fast. Ordinary Gods issue 2. I remember talking about issue 1 on here when that came out. Really enjoyed it, so looking forward to see how that unfolds. I really like Carl Higgins, so I'm very confident he won't let me down. I know I've already mentioned a Batman title already, but this one seems sufficiently different. Pennyworth, obviously in Batman's universe because it's Alfred, for God's sake. But yeah, it's looking more like a espionage Bond-esque style book. So for those of you that dig that, by all means check that out. And Jeff Lemire continues to not leave the Black Hammer world with the unbelievable Unteens. I mean, on one hand, it does seem a little like he's milking it, but at the same time, they're all good. So you can't really fault him for that if, you know, the quality stays up there, which it has so far. So by all means, continue following the Black Hammer stuff. That's basically it from me. For a full list of all the releases out this week, check out our newsletter that Dave writes, and I'll see you guys next week.
Piranha, white, white, white. Piranha, piranha, white, white, white. Piranha, piranha.